and that is that of the invisible AI. Now, AI is becoming a major referral source. There was already a number at the beginning of this deck where it's scary how many users actually come from AI and not from the regular search sources. The problem is that most of the underlying AI traffic doesn't really show up in traditional analytics. Now, to explain what I mean, let's have a look at how these things normally happen. So let's say at one point, there's an AI platform and their agent goes through the web and it visits your page and it adds it to the training data. Now, at some later point, the user asks the agent a question or a chatbot a question. And because it's in the training data, the agent knows about this website and it will go and check the current version. And by the way, you can see that in the case of ChatGPT, this would be different user agent strings for these two things. And then finally, the user gets the result from the chatbot and it goes and it visits the website. And then you'll see the referral with UTM source equals ChatGPT. The thing is that because these agents don't really run JavaScript, you will not see them in your analytics data. You'll just see the tip of the iceberg, which is the user referrals. And this is a problem because if you want to optimize your website for AI, you need to ask yourself questions like, which platforms are active on my site? Which platforms bring the most users? Which platforms should I invest into or disallow outright? And what content works well and what content I need to improve. If you don't have the underlying data of all the agent traffic on the website, you cannot really do this sort of optimization. So again, another disclaimer, AIEO, AI engine optimization, this is what happens when you put all the vowels into a single initialism. This goes well beyond analytics and will not be covering that dark art, but you should still get your analytics house in order as a first step. So I probably sound like a broken record, but these agents don't run JavaScript, so they're not in your analytics. The interesting thing is that there is a place where you can see this traffic, and that is in the server logs, because everything that fetches information from the server will show up there. And so for the same journey that we saw before, you'll see, for instance, the GPTBot, which is responsible for training, fetching your page, and then the OpenAI-SearchBot, which is responsible for searches, and then the ChatGPT-User, which is responsible for retrieving fresh versions of pages, and then finally the user browsing the website. So if only we could add this sort of information to our analytics solution, we could actually, we would be set up for this sort of optimization.